the lads down the lane. Let's make a stand. The lads down the lane, and Amstel in our hand. Yeah, lads down the lane, lads down the lane. It's the lads down the lane. Yeah, lads down the lane.
Yes, welcome to Lads Down the Lane. It's Friday night, so we thought we'd come on and try and entertain you for an hour or so. Mark, how you doing, mate? How's it going?
I'm all right, Nige, mate. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm really, really well. Thank you very much. Yeah, how are you, mate? I'm all good. Thanks for inviting me on again, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not bad, mate. Not bad. Went out for a family meal. Had too much to eat, so I'm a bit bloated now and had to move downstairs because I got Edith in bed upstairs. So, yeah, try not to wake her, but it's all good. It's all good. How was your birthday yesterday? Did you enjoy it?
All right, mate. Yeah, had a cracking day. Had a couple of coffees out with the missus and nicked half of her pina colada. She wanted a cocktail. You know how it is on birthdays. Coming out, I ended up having a cup of coffee in the gaff, and the missus is drinking cocktails. Unbelievable. So I had a little try of that. It's not, yeah, it was all right, but it's not, it is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, enjoyed it, mate. And then we had a bit of good news yesterday, didn't we? Late last night, and a good result yesterday. So everyone was a bit more buoyant in the Tottenham community, and it's amazing. And even myself included, your mood can change over one result and one player coming in. But we'll talk more about that, I'm sure.
We will. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm exactly the same. My mood now from 24 hours ago from being, 36 hours ago from being down in the dumps, Spurs are doing nothing. Suddenly, 24 hours later, we've beaten the scum and we have a new player, which we will talk about. But before we get into it, guys, do us a favor and please like and subscribe to the channel. Please also subscribe to the Two Mark Show. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. So please get over there. Hit that subscribe button for the Two Marks. Let's say hello to the chat. See who's in.
Who's in the house?
Mark Pitts. Big up, mate.
Big up,
Great
mate.
video this morning. I do hope that Spurs have a lot better season by winning. I hope they win trophies as well. Let's hope they do. Yeah. Milton is in the house. Big up, Milton. Thanks for coming on this morning, mate. Evening, lads. Hope you're well. Smash a like, peeps, and support this wonderful channel, coys. Bring on PSG. Yeah, that's going to be a tough game. But suddenly, after signing, mate, you feel like you can beat anyone. You just beat an Arsenal. We can beat PSG, can't we?
Yeah, of course. Nah. Well, we'll see what happens, won't we? One baby steps now. I ain't going to sit here and say we're beating everyone now. Do you know what I mean? After one result, we played very well yesterday. Loved it, to be honest. We had a little watch of the highlights again today to get a bit of a clearer picture about it. And they done all right. Very pleasing on the eye to see a bit of structure, Nige, more than anything else. Loved it, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up, Krish. He says, big up, lads. Love every live stream you guys do. One of the most underrated Spurs channels. Keep up the hard work. Loving it. Thank you, mate. That means a lot. It's difficult out there. Lots and lots of Spurs channels, but you can only do your thing and people will either like you and come back or not. And it's all good. Everyone's got their favourites. So I appreciate that message, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, nice one.
Big up, Razzle. Hope you're well, mate.
Yeah.
And he's also saying Irish coffees.
It was just standard, I've got to say. No alcohol included in my coffees yesterday, but the couple that I had in different places, obviously, was different coffees, but they were both very nice indeed, I must say. Very nice.
What's your go-to coffee, Mark?
It's only really a cappuccino, mate. To be honest with you, I don't really indulge in alcohol very often, Nigel, in any way, shape or form. Now and again, get on the old shorts of Jack Daniels now and again, but not that often, really. I'm a bit boring like that when it comes to alcohol. Sorry, people.
No, I'm boring like that when it comes to coffee. I'm literally just Americano. I can
Oh,
make a
there you
coffee
go.
at home, but
Yeah, yeah.
coffee shop every morning. Nothing fancy. Just give me a black coffee. Happy days.
Nice.
Mark saying, glad you had a great meal out. I hope that you're all okay. Yes, it was
Yeah.
nice. It was a lovely meal, but yeah, bloated now. Evening, Paul. Hope you're
Paul,
well, mate.
big up, mate.
Big up, Luke. Hope you're good.
Luke, oh, you well, fella?
I was right, Luke. You're here, there, and everywhere. Luke gets everywhere, and that's the way to be. What you got to do, isn't it? You got to get everywhere. Chris saying Cookie must have the best birthday with two presents, and maybe more. Who knows? Who
Who
knows what else
knows?
he got for his birthday?
Who
But
knows?
secret.
I can't divulge information like that, Nige, but you know how it is.
No, exactly. Not live on a stream anyway.
No.
So yesterday, let's quickly go over the Arsenal game. Please, good performance.
Yeah, I was really pleased, Nige. Like I say, I had a little watch back, didn't watch it too much in depth because all I know is we won 1-0 and that's all that matters. Friendly, no friendly, whatever it is. 2 trophies in a matter of what, couple of months. Say no more. It's all right finishing 8th, 5th, 2nd, 3rd, is it? Is that how it works on that 6-year phase 6 thing? Whatever it is. Something like that, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Didn't see no trophy there though. 2 in 2 months. Say no more. We'll cut it there anyway. I don't want to rub it in too much, Nige, because we're not them sort of fans. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You got to be subtle with these things, ain't you? You don't want to go in too hard. You know.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and yeah, absolutely, Luke. I'm not calling you a slag at all. You're a beautiful man with great posture, I think. As I was saying, your missus. Yeah, no, it was a really good performance against Arsenal, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Positive signs after a couple of really poor friendlies against lower league opposition, and a massive game against Newcastle now at the weekend. Do you know if the Newcastle game is for another trophy?
That I don't, Nige. That I don't. I don't know that, but it'll be interesting to see what team he puts out, Nige, on Sunday. Whether he's going to go strong again, get some more legs in minutes, or he might think certain people are where they need to be or whatever, and bring a few others in. Yeah, it'll be an interesting game, and Newcastle are going to be without their main man by the look of it at the weekend. I don't think he travelled with them, did he? So, Mr. Isaac. So he won't be about, I don't think. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I may be wrong. I didn't think he'd travelled with them though. So it'll be interesting on Sunday against Newcastle. Definitely.
Yeah, no, it should be a good game. Should be a good game. Dan's in the house. Big up, Dan. If you want to come on, mate, let me know. And put the link in. Christian, imagine if we trigger the Eze release clause, which ends today. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? But I just don't see it now. Don't see it.
Is he hanging on? Is he hanging on for Arsenal, Nigel? Do you think, or is he just content where he is? Is it just Arsenal that he wants?
I just think he seems like the kind of player who's just happy where he plays. You know, I want to say, he's a big player in a small pond, but Palace are FA Cup holders. So maybe he's just happy being the main man at Palace.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know. You would have thought he would have left by now, if not. But maybe the teams haven't put the offer in. Clearly Spurs haven't. I'm amazed that a bigger club hasn't come in. They know his release clause 68 million. I'm amazed a bigger club hasn't come in, even a United or someone like that.
Yeah. I'm quite shocked actually that he, obviously we've been linked with him for a long time. And at one stage it looked like they were going to go in for him, but it don't look like it happened, does it? And like you say, it doesn't look like anyone's, really thought, I fancy Eze, we'll have him for that price. And, kick him on another level. But yeah, like you
Yeah.
say, it hasn't happened at the moment, has it?
No, not yet. And again, if it doesn't get triggered today, which I'm taking it as midnight, but I can't see it getting triggered now, then I guess his price could go up to whatever Palace
I'm
want for
still
him, and then
here,
he's
Nige.
not going anywhere, is he?
There you go. It's all right. You froze for a sec there, Nige. Sorry, I missed all that.
Oh, did I? Oh, I was going to say, I said if we don't trigger the release clause, or anybody doesn't, which I'm guessing is midnight tonight,
Yeah.
then Palace literally can ask whatever they want for him. So he's not going anywhere, is he?
Is it not the release clause that ends tonight, but the way the payments are structured? I thought the release clause was August the 15th.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I read somewhere
Maybe it
today
is.
that it was August the 15th. Now, again, I could be wrong. That might have been a comment in a chat when I was in watching a stream, or I've actually read it somewhere, like, on my phone. But I'm sure I saw that the payment structure that was in place, if people wanted to do the release clause, was today, ends at midnight, but the actual release clause ends on August the 15th. But again,
okay.
put me wrong if I could be wrong, but I'm sure that's what I read today.
No, it kind of makes sense, I guess. But yeah, maybe Mark Pitt saying maybe this year could be our year to get in more trophies. Yeah, we've gotten 2 so far. Let's get a few more in. Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be lovely to win that Super Cup. It's going to be a tough game, but that would be nice.
Yeah, but
Big up, Ronnie.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Going into the Burnley
That'd
game
be
with
lovely.
not 3 trophies, but 2 trophies in the bag this season, plus ending last season on the Europa League, winning that as well. To go into this season winning 3 trophies. I know they're the game the other night was a friendly and there was a little trophy attached to it, but
Still nice.
Yeah, it's just nice, and it gives players confidence, Nige, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what it's like when you're winning at
Absolutely.
anything. When you're winning at anything, mate, it gives you a great feeling, doesn't it? So,
Yeah, no, totally. Razzle saying he said he wants to go somewhere and win. Why Arsenal then? Absolutely. They don't win anything, do they? Do you think Arsenal win something this year? Do you think, seriously, do you think Arsenal win something this year?
That they could win one of the cups this year, no doubt about that, Nigel. The thing is about the league for me, like we've discussed, it's not like that they've improved and everyone else has rest on their laurels. Do you know what I mean? City have had a go, Liverpool have had a go in the market. They're still having a go. I'm sure Man City could well be in for another one before the end of the season. Chelsea are having a go. They're going to be pushing on top 4 this year as well. So, I've got Arsenal finishing 2nd or 3rd, to be honest with you. I think they'll probably finish 3rd this year. But again, like we discussed, they've got their centre forward now. They've been screaming for that for 2 years. Other quality players have come in for them as well. So it's up to them to step up now, isn't it? But I don't think they will. But they could well win an FA Cup or a Carling Cup night. That's not beyond them at all.
No, absolutely. Ronnie saying Isak is training at his old club, Real Sociedad. Okay, didn't know that.
I didn't know that either, but I was pretty sure that he wasn't with Newcastle at the moment. Over in Hong Kong.
That deal's pretty much done, then, isn't it? It's just a question of them agreeing a fee.
Yeah, apparently all the wages and the length of the deal, all that's been done on that side. It's just all about Newcastle and Liverpool agreeing a fee now.
Yeah. Chris saying, is Kolo Muani true? We're hearing that he's going to Juve, aren't we?
Yeah, it's up to Juve to. Juve are struggling for a few quid at the moment, to be honest with you, and I think that's what it boils down to. They've brought in, we was discussing now, Jonathan David into Juventus. So at the moment, it's Jonathan David. Kolo Muani's obviously gone back to PSG, but the deal as far, again, on his side, as far as contract wages with Juve, that's all done. But it's up to PSG to sort out a deal with Juve. PSG want him sold. They don't want him going out on loan again to them. So it's the magic roundabout. And so they'll have 3 strikers with Dusan Vlahovic as well. Who's there at the moment as well. So whether they want 3 strikers or, like we've discussed before, a magic roundabout gets triggered, Nige. Do you know what I mean? Just to make that deal available for Juve to do, they may well look at moving Vlahovic on. They may not, but it's something they may look at.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Any questions, guys, in the comments, please ask away. Ronnie is saying, we are trying to hijack Atletico Madrid deal for Enzo Milo, is it? He's saying, I don't want him. What do you think of him?
I saw a little snippet about this today, but it was, I didn't take much notice of it, Ronnie, because it was from like an ITK that's very wrong all the time. So it just sort of glanced over it and thought, oh yeah, and didn't take any notice of it. What do you think of him, Nigel? Have you seen much of him?
I haven't seen. He's a midfielder, isn't he? He's this guy, yeah.
Yeah.
The Stuttgart midfielder. Isn't he like your a bit like a Morgan Gibbs White kind of player, like all action midfielder?
Yeah. I've seen odds and sods of him. Nigel, yeah, I'm the same, mate. I've seen odds and sods, but I don't know too much about him, to be honest with you. So again, as one of my the other day we was talking about someone, and I said to you, I don't want to comment too much because I really don't. I don't know too much about him and his personal game. But you know, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. At least we're being Ronnie. At least we're being mentioned with players again now. You know, whether it's linked concrete interest, whatever you want to call it. You know, at least the names are coming out again now. So that's something anyway, you know.
It is, absolutely. Chris is saying, with Big Vic playing a 490, is he number 1 over Kinski now, or is Kinski going to get an audition of 90 minutes against Newcastle? What do you think? Do you think Kinski starts against Newcastle?
See, this is a difficult one, isn't it? Because does he want the shot stopper or does he want the ball playing goalkeeper? Because at the end of the day, that is the choice of the two of what you've got. So for me at the moment, Vic is the number 1 at the club, just simply for the reason, because he's a goalkeeper and he's there to stop shots, right? He's got issues with his game, with his crossing, command in his area. He hasn't got an issue with his mouth. He doesn't seem to have, because all he seems to be doing is screaming and shouting all the time, which is a good thing, you know, but come and command your box a bit better. We need a bit more of that from him. You know, Kinski, what have we seen? What have we seen him 3 or 4 times, Nige?
Not a lot, have we?
We haven't seen him a lot. So Thomas Frank's got a big decision to make, Chris, on that. And he'll know, you know, who was the number 1 before he got there. And he'll also know that there's, you know, 2 goalkeepers there now of different qualities. And he'll know what qualities he can work on and what he can get the best. If he thinks he can get more out of Vic than he can out of Kinski, he'll make sure he's trying to work on that to do that. Yeah. But it's a big decision for the manager, I think. But for me, Vic is the number 1 just because he's there to be a goalkeeper and to stop shots, and he's very good at that.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I do like Kinski. I like the way he plays with his feet. I like that he's very calming when it comes to crosses and, you know, playing out from the back. Like I've said before, maybe a bit too calming sometimes. He's maybe a little bit too casual.
Yeah.
But Vicario's such a better shot stopper, and I think that gives him the slight edge. But it wouldn't surprise me if Kinski plays against Newcastle. I think he'd probably share it out a little bit, and then maybe you'll find in the Bayern game the number 1 is the number 1.
Yeah.
And that'll be it going forward. I don't know, but it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Big up, Terry.
Big up, Terry.
Hope you're well, mate.
In a way, it's good to have that he's got that problem, Nige, isn't it? Frank, rather than us talking about, oh, we've got a great goalkeeper and the level of the next one's down here. Do you know what I mean? You know, at least they're sort of vying and they're going to be pushing each other at the end of the day, aren't they? So can only be a good thing.
Absolutely, that's what we need, isn't it? I lost a bit of the chat there.
Definitely.
Big up, buddy. Hope you're well.
Big up, Gaz. Oh, you well, mate?
Goldie's in the house. Big up, mate. Again, if you want to come on, let me know.
Big up, mate.
I'll put the link in. Ronnie says it's gone quiet on Simmons to Chelsea. I've heard something about Simmons. You probably heard the same thing if we're going in the chats.
Go on.
Which I will mention in a sec. How true it is, I don't know. Have you heard it?
No.
Okay.
Go on, you go first. Go on.
Well, apparently from what I've read, and I haven't read some of the chats for a while, but apparently Spurs are really pushing for Simmons, Simons, whatever you want to call him. And basically we are willing to match whatever Chelsea offer, and it's up to Simmons now to choose which team he wants to go to.
Right, and did that come from a reliable source, Nige?
It come from, well, I heard it from Ian Meth. So how reliable, I don't know, but he usually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Thing.
And naturally, now you've reminded me, I was skipping through and I did see that. Actually. Yes, I did see that message, but that was another one. You know what it's like when you skip through. There's so many messages, Nige. I'd read a comment today, but obviously that's incorrect now, that it had all gone quiet on the Simmons front. And I searched everywhere and I couldn't find anything. Anything. I had a good 20 minutes on it, searching for news from somewhere. And I couldn't find nothing. So, but that's me. You know what I'm like on computers, mate. But people are probably searching in totally different areas to where I am. But I couldn't find a dicky bird on it. Nothing at all.
Well, let's be honest. Right. I do as well, but if we're going to be totally honest, if you have obviously Spurs fans, we want them to come to Spurs, but if you're playing, you have a choice between Chelsea and Spurs. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Chelsea, isn't it? So we'll see what happens.
He's got to wait. Listen, at the end of the day, Nige, he's got to weigh it up, because what you've got to think is, right, Chelsea's squad is 987 players deep. Now, as good as this geezer is, right, we've seen players go to Chelsea and not get a sniff.
Yeah.
And they're decent players that were getting most other teams, and they're not getting a sniff. They've spent fortunes over the years, over these last 2 or 3 years, getting players in. I know they're good at getting players out and all that stuff, and I can see what they're doing. Yeah, but that he's got that choice. Does he want to go and join them 987 squad depth, or does he want to come to Spurs and go straight into our first team, and showcase his talents for the World Cup next year? If like you say, Spurs have gone, bang, we'll pay the same to Leipzig as what you're paying, and bang, we'll pay you the same wages. Yeah, if that's true and they're going with that intent, then why not go to him? Why not say to him, well, we'll give you another 20 grand a week, or on your bonuses, whatever. Just raise them a little bit more, give him a bit more incentive, and then see if he wants to come.
Yeah, you're bang on. Either you can be a small fish in a big pond when you're going to get limited game time, or you can be the main man at Spurs. For me, it's a really easy choice, but I'm a Spurs fan. And maybe, apparently, again, I'm hearing it, and it is all rumours. Who knows what's true? But apparently, Chelsea are looking now more seriously at Garnacho as well.
Okay.
So maybe that, I don't know. Maybe I'm putting 2 and 2 together and coming out of 800. I know, but that would be lovely if we got Simmons.
What can we do, Nige? What can we do? To be fair, we're probably just like looking up the rumours and everything that we're hearing in WhatsApp groups and on streams that we watch during the day and that we catch up on, most of the chat are hearing anyway. Do you know what I mean? And it's fairly true. And to be fair, some of the chat are putting in stuff that we haven't heard today, you know? So I think everyone gets their bit of it. You've got your main core of information, haven't you, that we go looking. And then there's the outer thing. And I think people just go looking in different directions, maybe, for their information. I don't know. Maybe.
That's it. Absolutely. Guys, if you haven't already, get over to the 2 Mark Show and subscribe to the channel. Their link is pinned in the chat, and any help would be much appreciated. Razzle Dazzle is saying, random question for you. Who would you have on free kicks currently when shooting just outside the box? Who do you think, mate? Who would you have?
As it stands at the moment, Madison, isn't it? It's Madison. That is his thing, isn't it? He's a playmaker, attacking midfielder, and a dead ball specialist. Then at the same time, you have got Porro as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You know what
Madison
I mean?
or Porro.
So, you know, you've got a couple there that they can pick from. Be interesting. It's all that sort of stuff. Who's going to be the captain? Do you know what I mean? You know, I would imagine 90%, as long as people are convinced Romero's going to stay and Sonny does go, I would imagine Romero will be captain. I'm pretty sure that he will be. But
maybe,
for me, I wish we'd have bought Paulinia, to be honest with you, and I'd have gone, bang, there you go, mate. Sort this lot out.
I know it is a loan at the moment, but there is an option, isn't there, to buy?
Yeah.
So I was going to say maybe Paulinia could be our captain. You know,
it's just that he's vocal, and he's another one that's very vocal. When you watch him, he is that proper, what I would call destroyer. Everyone goes, he's not that monster six that does everything, but he breaks up the play really well. He can do the job of 2 players. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But Thomas Frank likes to play a 2 in front. Generally, Nige. Paulinia normally, you know, he likes to just, when he was at Fulham, he was just that, you know, that man, that last barrier before the defence. He just used to break so much up, all the duels, you know, the stats for his duels at Fulham in his last season. He was way above every other player in that position, you know, and that's what he's good at. He's just fantastic at breaking the play up, and not all the time, but what we was talking about, 7, 8 out of 10 times, rather than trying to find, you know, a pass or something, you just give it easy. He gives it easy, you know, does his job, gives it easy, and gets the ball progressing up the pitch. I think we need that. I really do think we need that. It'd be great.
Absolutely.
Evening,
evening
right. Chat. Evening, Cookie. Evening, Dad. You all right?
You all right?
Chat as well. So I'm a bit late.
All good, Charlie.
It's all right, mate. We're talking about Paulinia, so we might as well just, you know, talk about him a bit more. You happy with the signing?
Oh, I'm over the moon. I told you, and I remember we had a chat about this, that if we got a number 6 in or a midfielder in like that, we have a different outlook on how the season's going to go already. And I'm so happy because we were crying out for it. We cried out for it last season. I know Sarr played well in the friendly, but Paulinia is a different breed. I think he was so good for Fulham. I'm surprised he didn't play more for Bayern, to be honest. I'm surprised he didn't. So, yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon. I'm so happy for it. And it's a loan. Don't have to pay any money for it either.
It kind of means we can put that money elsewhere, doesn't it, into other signings? Yeah. So
if Levy does that, that's another question. But
was his loan not 10 million?
I don't know. I thought we were just paying his wages.
I don't think it is. I think the loan is 10 million with a 27 million option to buy. Again, I stand to be corrected, but I'm sure I've read that today. Again, perhaps you're right, guys. Maybe it was just a loan with the 27 million, but I'm sure I saw 10 million loan fee. for the season.
I don't know. Let us know in the chat if you've heard anything. Like I said, I just thought it was we are literally paying all his wages, and it's a straight loan. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's see what Mark has to say. Mark Pitt saying we are a big club and should be getting big signings in. Now we are getting a load of money in. Yeah, we can start getting big names. I don't think we're ever going to sign big names, big out there, Mark. But I think certainly better players than what we have that can go straight into that first team. Morton Barley saying Fabrizio reckons we are still in for Harvey Elliott, player weighing up his options. I'd love him.
What a player.
Harvey Elliott?
Oh, what a player.
Take him.
What a player. He'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Cookie, but...
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how far you go back, as old as we are, Nigel, I know I'm a bit older than you, but Spurs have always liked players that have got a culture about them, how they knock the ball about. Do you know what I mean? And how elegant they look on the ball. Spurs always like that type of player. Harvey Elliott can put it about a bit, but when he's on the ball, he is that type of player. He looks very cultured when he's knocking it about. He's very calm. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't need acres and acres of space to work in. He's one of those players that's learnt over the time that, unfortunately, unlike a lot of Tottenham players, in a small space, he can give it, move and receive it again. You know what I mean? So he's bringing all those qualities in, and he's going to show all those qualities to players that have not necessarily got those. And again, like we were saying, Nigel, Paulinia, Archie Gray's going to learn so much this season. Bergvall, like you say, he's going to learn so much this season just from having, not even him on the pitch, but just in the training ground, on the training pitch, them watching him doing what he does, why he's so successful at what he does. You know, that'll be a learning ground for them this season. And when we're talking about, Harvey Elliott coming in, again, Bergvall will learn a lot off of him as well. It all, Levy wants the youth. He's bought the youth now. We've got plenty of them. So, like we've said before, get those senior players in and let the youth learn from them. Because they're not going to be playing against men week in, week out unless they're drafted into the first team. Under 21s football is not men's football.
No.
So it's how they're going to learn. It's how they're going to learn.
No, I like Elliott. I think he's got a bit of something about him. He is a bit of a... he's got a bit of arrogance, isn't he? Maybe teeters over the edge sometimes, but as a player, he's always got that little bit of drive in him. Like you say, quick 1-2s, give and go. He bursts into spaces.
Yeah.
And I like him. If we could get him, that'd be brilliant. But we are going to have to maybe let a few players go first before that, because we are now with Paulinia overstocked in midfield, I think.
Yeah. I think definitely. If one of Biss or Bentancur was going to go, who would you say? Because I think that's more than likely, isn't it?
Biss.
Yeah.
Biss, 100%. Biss is older, isn't he? He's older. He's what, 29? 28, 29?
Bentancur, 27, is he?
27, yeah. Bentancur's younger than you think. I think Biss. I want us to sell Biss. We could probably get 30 million from him if we sold him to a Turkish side. But he said he doesn't want to go.
He don't want to go.
No. He wants to stay in the Premier League, which I get, to be fair. Makes sense.
There are plenty of options out there for him. There will be sides that come in for him from the Premier League. I'm sure, even if it was a Leeds United or someone like that later on in the window, I'm sure that he could get his Premier League move. It might not be the club he particularly wants, but we've got to be brutal, haven't we? And just get rid of players. We can't be, oh, you don't want to go there? All right, you can stay. We've got to be like, no, we're selling you. Here's your options.
Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult.
Go on, Charlie. Carry on, mate. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, it might be difficult to offload Basuma if no Premier League club comes in for him. I think he'd be perfect for a Palace or a mid-table side. We finished 17th last season. I'm not going to, go too much into, but I think he'd suit a Palace or a maybe not a Bournemouth. I think he's probably. I don't think he's good enough for a Bournemouth. This is the problem. If a relegation side doesn't come in for him, and we're going to want decent money for him, because how much do we pay for him? We paid a decent amount for him, didn't we?
I think we only paid like 25 for him, didn't we?
Yeah.
We got him pretty
25,
cheap.
30. I mean, my
Yeah.
point is we wouldn't want to sell him for 10 or 15. We want to sell him for upwards of 20. And it's going to be difficult for a Premier League side to come in and someone buy him for that, because I don't think he's that good of a player personally. But he's someone we should offload 100%, especially instead of Bentancur, because I think Bentancur is one of our best midfielders. I think he's quality.
Yeah. I agree with you. I would keep Bentancur over Basuma. But what I will say is in Basuma's defence, I'm not his greatest fan, right? But he was never played in position. He's a proper box-to-box 8. You know, when we was talking about Polini wins the ball and gives it to someone to drive it up the field? Yeah? That was Basuma. And he'd drive it up the field a little bit and then give it to someone who was better than him at doing other stuff. We never used him like that. All Basuma ever done when he was playing for Ange was run around the field putting fires out. It's all
penalties.
And but he was doing stuff. But he was doing stuff that he really shouldn't have been doing, Charlie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we didn't play with a DM. But I get exactly where you're coming from. He's definitely got that bozo gene in him 110%, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the Aurier gene. The Aurier, Serge Aurier.
Yeah.
Reminds me a bit of him, the way he tackles and how clumsy he can be. And it's just like, whenever someone runs into the box, into our penalty area, and Basuma's around them, you're just like, oh, God. You just know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
He's just an incredibly frustrating player, isn't he? Because at times he can be really good, and you're like, wow, what a performance! And then he will have like 2 or 3 poor games.
Europa League final, he was brilliant in the final.
Yeah,
one of our best players.
Yeah,
it's frustrating.
Yeah, it is. Let's go through the chat a bit, catch up. Chris saying, I don't want Millot. If I want anyone from Stuttgart, I want Stiller. Yeah, I've seen Stiller. He looks half decent, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks very good.
Tricky is saying, big up Tricky, saying we need to crossbreed of Vicario and Kinski to make the perfect keeper. Yeah, absolutely. Bash them together and mould one keeper. We'd have the best keeper in the world.
Yeah.
Big up, Lisa. Hope you're well. Goldie saying, hearing very similar. Chelsea get their business done quick, but Simmons has gone quiet. Yeah, maybe they're not in for Simmons anymore.
Well, it gives us a chance then at the end of the day, Nige, doesn't it? Like you were saying. Because he is spot on there. They do Chelsea, you know, it's normally bang, you hear the rumour about it, and then before the rumour's even out there, it's done. Do you know what I mean? They don't mess about, and they are messing about a bit with this one, aren't they, with him?
Yeah, most definitely. Terry saying, sure hope there's some truth in the Simmons rumours. He's a fantastic player, only 22. I got to be honest, I've not seen overly too much of him. I've seen bits of him and he looks decent. Do you think he can handle the Premier League? Because he is quite light in stature-wise. He's not the biggest built. Do you think he'd be okay in the Premier League?
Fine. I think he'd be fine, yeah. I don't see why he wouldn't be. I feel like I might make something controversial here, but I feel like the physicality of the Premier League sometimes is a little bit, what's the word? It's over-dramatized a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the best player in the Premier League last season was Mo Salah, and he's not physical in any way, shape, or form. Do you know what I mean?
It's quite stocky, though, isn't he? You know, I know he's short.
Yeah, but I just feel like maybe it used to be back in the day, but nowadays the Premier League's completely different. I'm not sure many leagues are physical anymore. I feel like Simmons could easily come into a side and, you know, wreak havoc. He's so good on the ball. He's so tricky. He scored a screamer against England last year in the Euros. Won't forget that. We're lucky to beat them, but
and again, you'd spot on, Charlie. And another thing that's important as well is when we're talking about players like Xavi Simmons coming in, is that when you've got that core down the middle and then big three, Van de Ven, Romero, yeah, as your centre backs. And then
Yeah.
you've got Paulinho sitting in front, right? And they're doing that job. That allows the diminutive players like the Simmons and the Kudoses and the Madisons to go and do what they do best. It don't mean like you don't have to have sort of a more bulkier player out of one of those, but you know, ours are quite, you know, Kudos. He's not the biggest geezer in the world, is he? He's very. It's all about his feet. Madison's the same thing. It's all about his feet. You know what I mean? So it gives, if you've got that DM in there, you know, and you know that behind you, you've got that bit of, you know, solidity, if you like, if that's the right word. It allows those players to go and do what they're good at, you know, when they know they've got that there.
I completely agree. It's almost like the notion of a luxury player. And I think luxury players are like hitting on the head where, like, say Madison sometimes struggled, I think, last season, especially because our midfield has been so poor that he's had to work back and do jobs. You said about Basuma, how it's not really his job to track back and he should be up and down. But instead, he's had to sit because he's not had the luxury to go, right, there's someone behind me. I can track. That's why I'm so excited about Paulinho and why we all should be, because he can just sit there, just do his job, tackle, be an anchor man, and it gives our midfield so much more freedom to just be creative. And I feel like we'll see a lot more chances created and also a lot less goals going in the back, which would be great. Should move us up the table a little bit, hopefully.
I agree with that, totally. Totally agree with that.
Yeah, spot on, mate. Ronnie's saying we are paying a loan fee of 4.3 million and will also cover the whole of Paulinho's wages.
Thanks, Ronnie.
So,
come on, mate.
That's nothing, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's pocket change.
It isn't, is it? It isn't at all. And I think you're absolutely spot on with Paulinho as well. Already, we saw in the Arsenal game how much more structured we were as a defence. You know, whenever Arsenal come forward, there was always that line of four, wasn't there? And now with Paulinho, who will be sat in front of that four, how many goals we conceded last season in the league? 65, was it?
65, yeah.
I reckon we halved that this season.
Whoa!
Oh, that's
a big claim.
Hang on, Nige. Hang on.
Yeah, as soon as I said it, I thought, oh shit. No,
Let's move on the game.
I say we concede under 40.
Oh, that's
under 40.
Oh, Nige. You know what, Nige? You know what? I'm not being funny. I don't know if Charlie would agree with me here. If we're conceding under 40, mate, we're in the top four.
we're pushing for the title.
Yeah, but I'm not saying we're going to score more than 40. I'm saying we're going to concede less than 40. Lots of 0-0 draws, I think.
Oh,
I do think we're going to be a lot more solid, though.
I think if he got anywhere near 50, it'd be doing all right. If he could lose 15 of them goals in his first season and score the same amount as what we scored last season, end up with a, you know, plus 15, plus 17 goal average. Generally, I know goal average isn't points, and we saw that last season, didn't we, with our goal average and where we were. But generally, if you're pushing on plus 20 goal average, you're pushing on top four. You are up there somewhere. You know what it's like. The big two are normally plus 40s, plus 45s, aren't they? Up that way somewhere, pushing on more than that. You know, it's plus 30s. For third and fourth, you know, and around that area, that top four, plus 20, plus 25, that'll get you around there. Normally, anyway. Normally.
Yeah.
I'll be disappointed if we concede 50 goals this season. I'll be disappointed.
Where's this positivity come from? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I woke up this morning and I felt like a new man. It won't last. I looked at my bank account 20 minutes later. Terry White saying, let's catch up with the chat a little bit. I think they're talking to each other.
While they're talking to each other, Nigel, I can foresee us beating Newcastle, beating Bayern Munich, PSG, and then losing at home to Burnley in the first game of the season.
That would be Spursy.
Would you take that though? Yeah. I'd take beating PSG in the Super Cup and then losing at home to Burnley. In my opinion, I don't know.
I think we need to get off to a good start at home this season. Because
I do think that as well.
Yeah. I really think we need to get off to a good start. Last season was so disappointing at home.
Yeah,
10
it's
losses.
seriously, yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think the fans
Yeah.
deserve not necessarily to go and beat Burnley 4-0, but win the game and see some nice football rather than just chaotic, whatever you want to call it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it'd just be nice for everyone to see that 60,000 people in the stadium, I think, you know. But yeah, I get where you're coming from though, Charlie. If you could win the next three, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
This is quite sad from Morton Barley saying Dele Alli considering retirement after being frozen out of Como by Fabregas. Sad loss to football, but the guy does himself no favours with his attitude and temperament. Wasted talent. That is really sad, isn't it? Because what a player Dele Alli was.
Yeah.
So good, such a young age. It's sad. He's hitting double figures in the Prem, goals and assists when he's like 19, 20.
Yeah.
Now look at him.
Yeah. And look, to be plucked out of League One, do you know what I mean? Just to be plucked out like that. And when we talk about scouting, Nige, do you know what I mean? How close to home do you want to be? Because you're not telling me there weren't other clubs all over him as well. You know?
Absolutely.
We got him 5 million quid or something, 6.5, something like that, 6 million quid. And for what? 2.5, whatever it was, 2.5 seasons, he was absolutely superb. Wasn't he? Absolutely superb.
Hit the ground running straight away.
Absolutely. Who are you talking about, Elisa? Me or Cookie? Which one?
Can't be that geezer at the bottom, Lisa. I don't know what you're seeing here.
Can't be.
You know what I mean?
Razzle Dazzle saying Solanke scoring 20 plus and us conceded less than 40 current odds of
Oh God, you said that as well, Dan.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, I ain't done myself any favours. I've been a bit too positive.
You better go and have a pound on that, Nige, because stranger things have happened, mate. 5,000 to 1. Get down the bookies and have your pound on, mate.
I might just have to do it.
Yeah, at least we'll have to see.
Exactly. So, guys, quick chat about who we think might be coming in next, and who we'd like to come in next. What position we'd like to fill before we wrap it up. So if we go for like a quick hour tonight, it's pretty quiet. So,
go on, Charlie. You go first. I mean, most people know what we're doing. 2 positions, 2 players, because we've already got 2 in, haven't we? And we all said 4, didn't we? If we got 4 in, we'd be happy.
Yeah, 2 positions, 2 players.
I really like Harvey. Harvey Elliott. I think we should break the buck for him. But the problem with Harvey Elliott is that he will cost upwards of 50, 60 million. Because Liverpool won't sell him for cheap, especially to a rival. I know we're not going to be challenging Liverpool. I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say anything that was Rage's dad today. But yeah, I think if we go in for him and get him, I would be so happy. I think we do need a left back. We definitely need a left back. The left backs are a bit difficult. I know, obviously, Anthony Robertson is a really good option from Fulham. But then again, he's going to cost a lot as well because he's one of Fulham's best players. Fulham aren't going to let him go for less than 50, I'd say. So you're looking, I've just said 2 players there looking at over 100 million. And I just don't think Levy will make that sacrifice. I think we're going to sign another young player. What's that?
You're going for a left back and
Harvey Elliott. So
Elliott.
Another winger, really. I don't think we need any more midfielders. I think Cookie was right. We're completely overloaded on that part now. I think we've got so many options. And Paulini was the missing piece in that puzzle. We needed a good 6. Hopefully he stays fit. We know what we're like. He'll get injured next week, probably, training for us for the first time. Get injured in the Bayern game. Hopefully not. But yeah, I think if we break the buck for because we definitely need a left back. Left back is 100% because Udogi's out for how long? I don't know how long he's out for, but
4 months.
I reckon 3 or 4 months. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see.
We haven't got that many options there. I mean, Spence can play there, and obviously Davis can play there, but Spence is naturally right. right back, and it's good to have Spence and Porro on the same side because they compete against each other. I think they were getting the best out of each other almost because of
And
that.
you're missing someone else who can play there as well.
Am I? Oh, mine's gone blank.
Mr. Van der Ven.
Oh yeah, we can put Van der Ven left back.
He can play left back as well.
Yeah,
I know
he
it's
can play
not
left
his
back.
suited position, obviously, but
Left-footed though.
he's
Right.
left-footed. Yeah. If for argument's sake, a doggy was out injured and Spence got an injury, rather than launching Ben Davis in there, you know, you could move over. You could even go free at the back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there are options without. I was thinking about this because we mentioned this yesterday, me and your dad. I was thinking about this last night, and we have got that option of, you know, I agree with you, Charlie, wholeheartedly, because at the same time, as good as Jed Spencer's been playing left back, I want him to be Porro's competition, right?
Yeah.
So I want a doggy, another left back to come in for a doggy to have his competition for his position. Yeah. Which, you know, but then you've got Van der Ven can go over there. Ben Davis can come in. He's still at the club, whether you want that to happen or not. Just an option, just another option. Just wanted to throw that out there for you on the left back theory. Yeah,
I forgot that Van Ven could play there. I think you're right, though. We've got to sign players to compete with other players because I remember the 16-17 squad. We were really good for this. We had 2 players for nearly every position. And it made the players playing there think, shit, we don't play well. We're out next week. The same with Trippier and Walker on that right-hand side. Walker had a bad game. Trippier would come in. Trippier had a bad game. Walker would come in. And it was really good. They were always getting the best out of each other. And I think with left back, we haven't really had that. Adogi's kind of just been free playing. I mean, he knows really when Van der Ven was injured, and Spence had to play on the right side because Porro was injured, that they didn't care. They knew they were going to get a game. So there was less competition. Yeah. It's just difficult. I can't really think off the top of my head many left backs who we can go for who would fit that bill. The only one would be Anthony Robinson, really off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Who we could realistically go for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Who would be your 2, Cookie?
I might be quite controversial here. And for me, Sonny's going. We need a left winger. Yeah, go and get Jack Grealish on loan. Go and get Jack Grealish on loan.
Yeah.
Just go and get him. Just say to City, same thing as they've done with Paulinho. What's the difference? You know, whatever the deal is, if it's 30, 40 million quid for him on an option, pay his loan fee. And in the loan fee, say to him, we'll pay half his wages. I'm sure Man City will be up for that. It's 150 grand a week they ain't got to pay out.
Yeah.
Again, that's that one. For me, we need a striker. Yeah, Richarlison ain't good enough. Sorry, he's not good enough. To me, I know you love Solanke, Nige, and I've said to you, under this, new manager and everything, let's give him another season. He's not going anywhere anyway. So let's give him another season. See, but for me, this transfer window, if we're going to go and buy a big striker, it's got 2 strikers written all over it, one or the other. You either go and get Vlahovic and do the same with him because of the merry-go-round with Kolo Muani and Juventus not being able to find the money for him. They've just bought Jonathan David. So, they've got 3 strikers there at the moment that they really can't afford. So they need to lose one of them. If they want to keep Muani, they've got to lose Vlahovic somewhere along the line. Yeah. The other one, if we've got any real meaning intent, like proper intent, right? Last week of the window, if he's still available, just go and put a bid in for Sesko. If he ain't gone to Man United and he ain't sorted, go and put a bid in for him. He's young, fits the profile, scores goals, still learning. They're going to make money on him later on. They're going to make money on him, whatever way you look at it. If they go and pay 60 million quid for him, 70 million quid for him, they will make money on him 2 or 3 years down the line. So that's what they want at the end of the day. Depends what level they want to go to.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Cookie, totally. Mine would be go and get Grealish. I'd even buy him. Just get him in. I think he's a great player. I think if we have to pay 30, 40, 50 million, whatever, just go do it. Get him in. Obviously, I prefer loan. We could get him on loan. I'd love to see Grealish in a Spurs shirt. And for me, I don't love Solanke. I just think he should get 20 Premier League goals in this team. He should have done it last year. He was never quite in the positions for me. I think now, under Frank, in a team that crosses the ball a lot, I think if Solanke doesn't get 20 goals, then he needs to be shipped off next season. But for me, if I had to bring another one in, definitely a striker, and I would love a Vlahovic in. I think he's tailor-made for Premier League football. Just his build, the way he is in the air, the way he holds the ball up. He'd be perfect, I think.
Yep.
Let's go through the chat before we call it a night. Morton Barley saying John Paul Van Hecker is a name that keeps popping up too. Brighton player.
Yep.
Do you guys know much about him? What do you think of him?
Charlie, you want to go? No. Left centre back for Brighton. Blonde-haired fella. You'd have probably vaguely remembered him. Not the paciest fella in the world, but positional sense. Who's playing next to Lewis Dunk, I believe, for the past couple of seasons, or with Lewis Dunk. I think he's for sale apparently for £43.5 million. I read. Okay. That's what he's for sale for. I don't know if we're in for another left centre back or whether that appeases him enough to get someone like that. So, like we said earlier, Charlie, if Van der Ven, for argument's sake, and Van Heck were alternating throughout the season, if Van der Ven was needed at left back, they could play then Van Heck at left centre back. You know what I mean? So, or whichever. Might be another option as a left back as well. I don't know if he's ever played there, but he's a very good centre back. Whether he's worth 43 million quid or not, I don't know. But
I'm going to see how old he is, because I don't think he's very old.
He would fit into the way Frank likes to play with a structure, and that sort of thing. He would fit into that. He would fit into that mould.
Young player, 25 years old.
25, yeah.
Does he play in a three-man defence? Does he usually play in a back three, or is it a back four?
Four usually for Brighton.
Is it?
Brighton play a 4-3-3 usually, I think.
Yeah, I think they play four, don't they? Yeah, two centre backs normally. Yeah. Yeah,
what I've seen of him, though, I think he's a good player. I don't know whether we're going to spend that much money on another defender. But maybe, like you say, then you've got two left-sided players who can cover left back if need be.
Yeah.
But
that might be their thinking. But who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows, mate?
Yeah. Matters Madison, big up, mate. Saying if we could get 3 good seasons out of him, that would be fantastic. But if he's another parasite, then meh. Yeah, again, like Charlie said, let's hope we can keep him fit, because he was injured quite a lot last season for Bayern, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, and Lisa confessing her love for Charlie. Let's just go through the chat. We are going to call it a night in a minute, guys. The doggy just can't be cut. Yeah, he is too injury prone. He's always bloody injured, that guy.
And just to answer Razzle there while you're flicking through, Razzle, no, I don't particularly want to see him at left back, by the way. Personally, I don't want to see him there. I'm just saying the way that Spurs operate, that is how they would be thinking if it saves them buying another £40 million left back, like Charlie says. Go and buy Anthony Robinson. Go and offer him 40 million quid, because he's probably on about 60 grand a week.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you say to Fulham, if you can agree with a deal with him and offer him 100 grand a week or 120 grand a week, he's going to think all his Christmases have come at once.
Doesn't have to move out of London either.
No, doesn't have to move out of London. Knows the Premier League. Will slot straight in. Another one that will slot straight in.
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea. Yeah.
Absolutely. Scott M saying, how did the sheriff magically become so young and handsome? Well, yeah. Young, maybe.
Only Scott could come up
Oh,
with
yeah.
that, couldn't he?
Big up, Scott. But yeah. So let's quickly just go over the Newcastle game. How do you think we'll do? Do you see many changes? Is it going to be a bit of a mix and match side, or do you think he will go as strong as possible?
I hope he goes as strong as possible now, I think. Just to get us ready. We've got the Super Cup in 2 weeks. Premier League in 3 weeks. This is like crunch time now. They've got to get ready for it. We want to hit the ground running. Don't want them to be on their holidays halfway through. You know, they've had their month and a half off, had their parties. This is where it's August now. It's where it gets real. This is where our season starts. So, yeah, I hope they go strong. Obviously, still give youngsters some game time because it's still friendly. But, yeah, get your best 11 match fit 100%. You know, hopefully Frank knows his best 11, you know, by now. But this will give him some time because he's still got, like I say, if you count the Super Cup, he's still got, you know, those friendlies as well. If you count the Super Cup as a friendly, which I don't think it is, but, you know, just get ready for the league. Because you're right, we didn't hit the ground running. Frank knows he needs to hit the ground running in his first season. I think he knows that. So I think he will go strong. I don't know about you guys.
What do you think, Cook?
Yeah, I'm pretty similar to you, Charlie. Me and your dad were speaking about this earlier as well. It's the same thing, really. It's all about, you know, he's come in. It's a brand new manager. He's trying to get his philosophy, his tactics, and everything else over what he's expecting of these players in such a short amount of time before the season starts. And this is without, if anyone else comes in. Do you know what I mean? Between now and Burnley, and then, you know, if they're first team players that are coming in, you know, so even if you start with pretty much your strongest team, do you know what I mean? You know, for the first 45 minutes, and then if you make 2 or 3 changes at half time, 4 or 5 changes at half time, you know, if it's to get fitness into players' legs, then, you know, like Charlie says, it's not just about 11. You need the full squad ready to go on day one.
Yeah,
you need to be ready to go.
Do you think Sonny gets minutes? Do you think he'll play most of the game?
Yeah,
Could be his last one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's has it definitely been confirmed that he's going, Nige? Because, you know, every time I see pictures of him, or, you know, after a game, or he looks so sullen, not the usual, got a smile on his face, and do you know what I mean? He looks like he's resigned, and he knows it's happening. Do you know what I mean? But he can't say anything or something because of, you know, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what you think about it.
Nothing's been said. It's just a feeling, isn't it? The way, like you say, the way he's acting, the way at the end of the game the other day against Arsenal, you know, Romero was trying to give him the armband, and he was like, no. And it could have been just because he come on late and was a bit embarrassed, you know. But I don't know. Everything kind of points to the fact that it's probably going to be his last game. And with regards to that, what about? So we signed Polinia. He's pretty much in, isn't he? I know it's not been confirmed, but he's passed his medical apparently. I'm guessing he won't fly out to Hong Kong. It seems pointless, doesn't it?
No,
I'm guessing they just meet him in Germany because that's where they've got to play Bayern, isn't it?
And that's where he lives. And I think that's where he's had his medical, hasn't he? He's had his medical in Germany anyway. So I'd imagine as soon as they leave Sunday, he will be meeting up with the squad, whether it's Monday morning or whenever it is. And they'll make sure he's fit, ready to go, and whatever else. Or same thing again, it might be a case of, because he's, you know, come in with only 3 weeks to go to the start of the season, they might have to ease him in over those 3 weeks to get him up to fitness, you know, because we don't know how fit he is, do we?
No, and I'm guessing they'd be like to play.
I mean, like, you know, match fitness wise.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm guessing Bayern Munich won't stop him playing against us in a friendly, because we need to get him some minutes, don't we, for that game?
Oh,
no, they surely wouldn't.
Shouldn't do, because it's a friendly, shouldn't they? But I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't
We'll
know.
have to wait and see, won't we? If he's not featuring in that game, he's going to be featuring in the Super Cup game. That's going to be some debut for him, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Will be, yeah.
absolutely. We will see how Son is in the crowd against Newcastle. He'll definitely get game time. And a sad wave goodbye, I reckon. Yeah, I think, yeah, we will find out, I guess. I'm guessing we'll find out after Sunday's game, or maybe it might just drag on for weeks and weeks and weeks. It wouldn't surprise me if it went on right to the end of the window. But
I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't for him. Be nice to get a good
for us,
goodbye out.
yeah, and we
With
need
the
to
money
get
as
players
well.
in. We need
Yeah.
to get players in. But guys, I think we'll leave it now. We've done just over an hour. Cookie, what have you got coming up on the 2 March show?
Yeah, we've got the 500 subscribers show, Nigel, which obviously you'll be with us tomorrow night. Charlie, if you're about, you're more than welcome.
I am working tomorrow night. Sorry, guys.
All
But
right,
I'll tune in. I might be able to tune in at the end.
Yeah, so we've got that. I think Mark's setting that up for about 9 o'clock tomorrow night. He will be there as well. He's off work tomorrow night. So a little chat about the football. A thank you. It will be to everyone that's subscribed to us and that's in our chats. And we just have a general get the chat involved tomorrow night and have a chat for an hour and a half. See how we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. And Charlie, more work for you, mate.
Yeah, I'm doing
Back to
an
Nando's.
11-hour shift tomorrow.
Nice.
Doing 11 till 10, 11 a.m. till 10 p.m.
You must
Which I'm
be
not
sick of the
looking
sight
forward
of
to,
chicken.
but I need the money, so yeah.
So do I, mate.
But yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I'll pay you back tomorrow.
Yeah. We will leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, thank you so much to the chat. If it's not for you guys in the chat, like I said before, this show really is nothing. So thank you to each and every one of you. I know there's a lot of choices of different streams going on tonight, so we really appreciate you being here. Guys, we will leave it there. Have a great weekend. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay pure coys.
Lads down the